Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Looks like my audio levels are doing all right. Just let me know if there are any problems. I've got a filter on the synth now, so it hopefully should look a little sharper. Maybe the text should be slightly more legible. I've also put a timeout on the text window, so now after 2 minutes, the text is going to disappear from the screen. Great, I'm gonna give it another minute or two and then we'll get started. All right, well, it's time to get started. Let me start the recording. All right, welcome to the Sunday Entropy and Sons live stream. Today we are going to be playing around with the video system. I'm gonna be set up in a storefront in Manhattan next week, so I actually need to make a bunch of patches for like a gallery exhibit. So we're gonna start doing that. One thing, we're also gonna start doing something new this stream. So you guys know the synth comes with a ton of presets. It comes with these right here, comes with all these like sub presets and everything. We are going to turn off all of that. So starting from this stream, we're going to be building everything from scratch. All right. So in order to do that, we need to use some new settings that I added recently. So we're going to configure the library. All right. So auto tag on save. So we're going to create a tag and everything we create is going to be tagged with this. So we'll have it like separate from all the other content. Auto tag on save means that every time you save a patch, it automatically tags it with any of the tags that are live. All right. Filter sub patches. It's a little more complicated. So if you go into the library, first let's create our tag. what's our tag going to be called? ESL for Entropy and Sons live stream. So that's our tag. All right. Now we're only going to be showing patches that have this tag. So, with some exceptions, which I'll get into in a second. So we're going to filter the sub patches, which means that it's going to also filter. So there are patches saved for instruments, and there are patches saved at like levels lower in the module network. And we are going to. This lets you filter the patches that are saved lower in the module network by the tags as well. So you might not want to do that if you're just looking for like video responsive like patches on the highest level. You might not want to like filter everything out in the entire like database. But yeah, you'll probably know if you want this on or not. I would leave it off and then turn it on if you're following along with this video or something like that. Suggested patch name. We are going to do this. And now it's going to use our tag as the prefix for all patches that we save. That should be clear soon too. All right. And keep tags on reboot. We'll leave that off. So that is our setup. So library settings, and we have a tag enabled. So in library, we're filtering everything by this ESL tag. So there's a new feature that was added in the last release where, so all the patches are snapshots of modules. Every single module on the synth is doing some kind of computation, and every module comes with a default or a init patch. Now, all of the init patches for modules have a little blue highlight. You can see it here too. So this is the init patch for the interference instrument, this is the init patch for Wavy Boy, and then this is the init patch for Cat Party. And now, even if you have tags selected, it's not going to filter out the init patches for modules, which is super useful. So we have the init patch for the seed module, because in the past, like it would filter out the init patches, then there would be no like actual like patch for this module to load. So yeah, so we have on the synth literally only the init patches and what we create. So we can go into here and we see that there is only the init patch for the seed module. There's only the init patch for this module, or the various modules. There's actually a bunch of video generators, but these are the init patches for the various video generator modules and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a library from scratch. All right. So let me swap to a different view. There we go. All right. So yeah, we have no presets. We have the instruments, and that's it. So we're going to be playing around with the video system, and there are 3 general ways of integrating video content with the synth. First of all, you can see I have a camera plugged in. It's pointed at me. You'll probably see a lot of me processed. All right, camera. Yo, what's up? And now, the 3 ways of integrating content with the video system are through the modulation system, through directly loading like a video texture module. Oh, that's not working. Oh, that was a bug. Well, that's a bug for my newest release. I will have to get that sorted. Anyways, we can directly load the video texture module. And now it's using it to texture the seed. And you can also use the video texture in the mixer effect. So you can mix in the video source. So let's turn that off. Actually, let me try saving this. So you see now, when we save, it uses our prefix that we added, ESL video text 01. All right. So we've just created this one right here, which is now right there. And this is a little maddening because that is not working. What happens if I load this seed module? It only gives us the one. Sorry, I found a bug that I must have created. I guess we have to dive in order to use it. It's a bug with this little widget down here. So if we save this one, yeah, okay. I can fix that. It's easy enough. Let's delete these things right here. All right, so that is one of the ways of integrating the video system, or integrating video with the system. You can also use the mixer effect. So we'll select, oh, it's annoying. We have to go all the way into here to load the mixer. I have to turn the effect amount up. Go back into the mixer. Load video texture 1. And now the mix just blends the camera in and out. So that's one way to use the camera. You can texture it, and you can also use the modulation system. So we're gonna get into all of these. I am going to start in the modulation system. So we'll load the default patch here to reset that. I'm gonna dive into the modulation system. So we're gonna create a bunch of modulation patches. Yeah, I think it's because I'm only showing that ESL, but it should like, it's so we have this tag on here, but the change I added should have added all of the default patches in. So you see how even though I have ESL selected, there's still a patch right here, even though it doesn't have that tag. There's still all of these. So I re-added all of the init patches for all the modules back in, even if they're being filtered. But apparently it's not working on this little widget right here. So it can be a little annoying, but we'll work around it. All right, so the first thing we do, we go into here, load video texture 1. And we will swap the mix to use this, and we can preview it. And now this is what this module is outputting. So a video texture is RGB, and it needs to be converted to 1 dimensions via the synth, and there's a couple of different ways to do that. There's all of these visualizers right here, which is super annoying because I can't preview it and use them at the same time. All right, so we're gonna build everything from scratch. I'm gonna turn this patch off, or I'm gonna turn. Actually, maybe we're gonna start building things from scratch next week because this is actually kind of annoying. We are still gonna build things from scratch, but it's not gonna be quite as like, yeah, specific. All right, so we're building video patches. So we've got a video texture, and there are multiple different ways of turning it to from RGB to 1 dimension, and we're gonna play around with all of them. All right, so I don't think we're not gonna be integrating anything with audio in this video, so I think that's what a lot of these things do. But you also have some of these controls, which you can also modulate. So let's add. All right, so we have 1 video channel here of modulation. All right. Let's add a second video channel of modulation. Actually, let's go in here and save this. And then we can load that into here. Where did it even go? No, I think it's in here. Oh, I don't think it's saved. There we go. So we can load it into channel 2 as well. We'll go into channel 2 and change this. Just give it a different style. All right. We'll load it into channel 3 as well. And we'll slightly modify it as in a similar type of fashion. Let's do RGB sim. Oh, that actually looks pretty great. Okay. And now, shoot, the back button doesn't seem to be working correctly. All right, so we've got 3 video channels right here. And now we're going to go into here and randomize it. Hopefully get some kind of animation. No. Oh. Let's add an LFO to this. What do we get? There we go. All right, so we have that little bit of animation there, so that's another modulation pattern. All right, so we've created this modulation pattern, which has a bunch of video. And then the bottom right, which you can't see, it's just got another pattern. All right, and we're gonna use all of these video sources. Actually, you know what? Let's only have 2 videos. Because, yeah, additional modulation is so useful. I think I need to change this. There we go. And then change the frequency, increase frequency. All right, great. So we've got some modulation. All right. This is always a really good place to start, in my opinion. You create these auxiliary patterns and kind of integrate them. All right, so what are we gonna even do here? Let me save this as our first new modulation pattern. So let's create a basic pattern starting from here. Oops. All right, so we're gonna start with this line shape. We're gonna make it, yeah, I think we can put that on an LFO. Let's make it slower. A little bit too fast. All right, so we've got this line shape. It's on an LFO. I'm gonna make it a little wider. A little thinner. All right, that's a starting point for a patch. We're gonna dive into the recurse module and add some symmetry. I think it's already got that. Let's do fold 4. All right, now we're gonna play around with some of these numerical parameters. There's the zoom control. All right, this looks like a place to start. Rotate this a little bit. All right, now let's just load the camera. All right, it's not quite visible enough, but I think that's because the camera by default isn't zoomed Actually, let's see if we can do this. Yeah, let's try to fix that with these parameters. It's these texture controls right here. So we can zoom that out. I don't think we need to do that. I think we need to move it this way. There we go. All right, so that's some obvious video reactivity there. Still not quite as obvious as I would like. The camera's just directly plugged in. It's just a USB camera. It's like a crappy $20 thing from Amazon. Yeah, we're gonna try to play around with the video input a bit today. He's built some stuff from scratch. All right, so I'm gonna add some transparency. Although it might kill, I'm gonna selectively add some transparency. Let's actually try to use the modulation system for that. All right, what happens if we modulate it by that? So what is this modulation pattern? This is this guy. Yeah. I want to use a radial pattern. No, that's not what I want. The low frequency. So it's going to be transparent where these regions are kind of darker. So yeah, that sort of works. Yeah, so the little capture dongle that the synth comes with should let you plug a Hypno directly into it. I've not gotten around to trying that, but it should work pretty great. All right, so we've got one marginally video reactive patch to start with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into the color module and make the colors look better. Let's just try turbo. Nope. I think we need to use the modulation system to get some more variance. Let's go back to turbo. And let's use modulation channel. Oh my god. I think we're gonna do something like that. It just needs to look better. The colors are mostly the problem. I think the opacity is a little too much too, so let's actually turn that down. Let's go to this and then do that. So all the way down here, I think 50%. So we're just gonna do a little bit here. So yeah, the color is just so kind of garbage. Let's just try different color palettes. Let's make it like black and white. And then we're gonna turn that effect on. All right, so what else can we do? Actually, let's try modulating that. All right, now we're gonna go play around in the seed module with these weird modules right here. No. All right, and I think there's a button which animates the texture. So this one, no. It's this guy. So it's gonna make the texture rotate. All right, so it's getting close. What about like zooming in and out a little bit? See, how about I like animate this zooming in and out? I think I can do that, right? And it's gonna go from like 1.2 to 2.5 over 23 beats. It looks cool, but it's kind of losing like a lot of the video reactivity, huh? See if we can get some of that back. Let's go into the color system and use the modulation system again. Let's make this bigger. Let's try 3. Let's try inverting that. All right, I actually kind of like this. This is pretty rad. All right, so we've got video patch 1. All right. So let's do something completely different. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna use the full screen shape. All right, we're using this guy right here. So now it's just a completely flat, full image. We're going to turn off the lighting. No lighting. All right, it gets rid of that little symbol in the middle. So we're going to load an image. We're using this image. All right, that's our image. We are going to load that modulation pattern we created, except we're going to change it a little bit. ESL mod video 0. So remember, we created this modulation pattern right here, which has got 2 video channels. The one at the top left needs more contrast, so let's go in there and do that. There we go, that's an improvement. Let's zoom this one out too, which I think is right here. Yeah, zoomed out. All right, so now we've got 2 modulation patterns here. I'm gonna change this to whatever this is. All right, and now I'm gonna put that on an LFO on the phase. It's just not going fast enough, huh? Whoa, 63. All right. Oh shit. All right, and then we got this one pattern down here, which, yeah, we're gonna use this image as the modulation pattern. Sure, why not? But with a different one of these guys. Oh. All right, well, it looks too choppy. Well, let's try a different image. Now we got that as a modulation channel. We're gonna blend it with some radial shit, because why not? All right, so here are our 4 modulation channels that we're gonna play with. All right, we're gonna go and save this. All right, so this is what we have right now. We're going to go into the color module and play around with these weird parameters. So there's these parameters right here, which shouldn't really be in the color module, but seeing as the coloring happens at the very end of the processing chain, there was not really a good place to put them. So there's this parameter right here, whoops, this mod ZX, which scrolls things left and right at the very end. It's just like a global pan control. And this is a horizontal pan or vertical pan. This is a global zoom control. So we can use the video to control these parameters. All right, and that looks pretty wacky. So we'll go into here and we'll do this. And now the video is controlling how much you're zoomed into this image. So moving your hand definitely controls things. It's not quite as visible as I want. So we're gonna do this. So this is modulation channel 3, and we're also going to change the color based on what's happening with the camera. So this is the start. So we're using modulation channel 3. Actually, let's do this. And now we turn on the effect. Whoa. Depending on what the camera's doing. So it's both modulating the zoom of the camera and also turning on an effect. All right. And now let me think. All right, so actually we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna go into modulation channel 3. And so modulation channel 4, we're gonna do something totally different. We're gonna load modulation channel 3. And then invert it. So actually I think it was already inverted. So we're gonna have 2 modulation channels that are complements of each other. Let me show you. So you see the bottom 2, one is the other's the negative of the other. So that means you can turn on an effect in one region and then you can do something else in the other region. So now, oops. So we got this going on in this region. Let's do this on modulation channel 4 and see what happens. That didn't work at all. Let's try that. No. All right, so I like this. I think the image needs to be animated. It needs to be like scrolling around, which I think you can do with some of these buttons here. what's this thing? It's this button right here, I believe. Does it? Yeah. Yes, it should. There we go. And it needs something else. Let's put an effect in the seed module to make it so it's not just this constant image. So we're gonna go in the seed module, which looks like this image, just a full screen image. Now we're gonna turn on an effect, and the effect is gonna be, you know, fucking spaz, why not? But it's gonna be selective. So we're gonna try to use this. I don't like the spaz effect. Let's try something else. Sphere. No. Just cycle through them. Whoa. I think this image to be zoomed out a little bit too. Yeah, let's try this guy. There's also a bunch of controls inside of here. Alright, so we're going to zoom out the image, which I think is possible. Yeah, I think it's in here. I think it's this guy. And we're going to go and play around in the color module some more with... Actually, do you have an effect on you? Are you being used? I think we are. Yeah. We're going to play around more with these mod controls. So it's maximum. Let's try add. No. All right, let's try like ZX. Nope. Whoa. Nah, we're not doing this. All right, so this is getting close to what I want. It's not quite it. Kind of wonder if I can make like... I wish I could make the texture like track me or my motions as opposed to being like kind of fixed in the background. I think because I don't have 2D modulation, I can't even try to do that. I think it would be in here though. Yeah, I can't modulate this. I do want it like animated though. That is way too fast. It is still too fast. Actually, maybe I don't even want it animated. Who knows? Yeah, no animation. You need to get really close for it to do anything, but... Alright, this is... Actually, let's play around with the image, because we can definitely choose from a million of them. So this is image 52. Let's just like cycle through them. That one looks even better. 53. That actually looks kind of cool. Oh, is this thing? Let's zoom that in one direction or the other. And so wait, the lighting is off. Effect amount is modulation channel 4, yeah. Is there anything else I can do in here? Height, shouldn't do anything. So the lighting's off. All right, let's save this one, and then we'll make some like variations on it. All right, let's turn the lighting back on. Whoa, now we're getting somewhere fucking weird. All right, let's change the image. You know, I can use the video as well as the image, just a raw video source. Kind of does something bizarre. Around images again. We are going to modulate the height parameter. Sure. It's not based on camera distance, so yeah, they all look pretty dark. So that's kind of, I want it to be obvious. Well, let me think about it. They do look very dark. I mean, that's easy enough to change. It's just how we're doing things at the moment. Yeah, so I can add a floor to it. Let me find a cool image real quick, and then we'll do exactly that. Let's try this image. All right, so we're gonna go into the modulation system. I think we're using modulation channels 1 and 4. Let's go into here. So I think it's this one, which is everything's based on. Yep. So we're gonna use a solid waveform, and we're gonna mix some of that back in. And that should just 100% solve the problem. So it's not based on camera distance, it's based on the similarity of the color of the camera to white. So basically the brightness of the camera. And yeah, once you get really close, it's clearly picking up something because there's a light on the camera. If I turn my light off, it'll actually probably not be as obvious yet. Actually, yeah, let me turn the light off because I don't know if I'm actually gonna have lights when this is set up. All right, so I want to go into here. Like, this should be more visible, I think. Actually, you know what? Let's play around with the transparency because we're not even using like any of the feedback. All right, let's go in and change this image again because I don't like this one. Whoa, what the fuck is this, man? All right, and we're gonna go and modulate this hue rotation parameter by the something or other as well. But I think we're using a black and white effect or something, so it's not doing anything with color. We're using an invert effect. Let's try that. All right, it needs to be a little more obvious, but this is definitely looking kind of cool. No, all right, so. Whoa. I want to move this camera around a little bit. All right, now I just need something a little more dramatic with the camera because this in general looks cool. It just needs to be like a more stark contrast. So, what's going on here? Oh. Actually, wait, yeah, 3 is fine. Maybe I just need a different effect. This is close. Let's go into the lighting model. See if I can do something here. I'm gonna add 3-way symmetry to the background image. All right, this is getting really close. I just need more of a difference between what the camera's doing. Oh, I think it might be because we added that floor. Let's try getting rid of that. No. All right, back into the color module. No. No. Oh, come on. Yeah, this will work. All right, this looks really cool. It just needs to be still more of a contrast between foreground and background. I'm just mostly playing around with stuff, to seeing if anything actually works. And nothing seems to be. All right, let me save this for the moment just so I don't like totally destroy it. We'll overwrite it once I actually get it like a slightly better shape. I do like this rainbow one. Maybe the camera image just needs to be. Oh wait. Higher contrast. No. I mean, this is kind of rad. Let me turn off this fade modulation. No, that's responsible for a lot of the really coolness. Maybe I don't modulate it as much. Yeah, that might be it. Or modulate it with this offset thing. All right, I think this is it. Is it? Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let me turn the light on the camera off. Still works just fine. All right, I'm gonna overwrite this patch. All right, now I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be back in like a minute. All right, I'm back. The patch is still working. All right, so now I'm explicitly gonna try to create like a, whoa, my LED panel's all losing its mind. Holy crap, what the hell is this? This is new. I am gonna reset the synth. It's still like working just fine. Okay. I guess I'll be back again in 30 seconds. Okay, well, I'm glad the LCD panel still works. That's really bizarre. All right, so modulation. Just gonna get one modulation channel from the camera. And I want the highest contrast possible. Let me think about this for a second. There's a patch that I created some number of months ago and then lost. I'm gonna try to recreate that. Yeah, let's give it a try. Zoom out a little bit. Actually, no. No zooming. It needs to be exactly identical. All right, so we're gonna go into here. For the texture, we're gonna use the video camera. Oops, wrong one. So I've got the camera there. We're gonna make it full screen. All right, now there's the camera. We're gonna go turn off that mirroring effect. All right. There we go. Now, I want to zoom out a little bit. Yep, oh God. Let me zoom the camera out as well. Actually, no, I'm not zooming the camera out. So, I want to make it transparent. And I want like 1,000,000 copies of the camera image to kind of be overlaid on top of each other. So, that is all done in here. But there's still a bunch of symmetry coming from somewhere. It's not there, it's not there. Let me think about this for a second. Alright, and yeah, we're going to... Let's try that. And then we'll zoom the camera out in the texture so it doesn't actually affect the recursion. It's getting close. Alright, and now... So if we preview the seed... Oops. We get that, which is correct. Alright, and we can use the seed itself as a modulation texture. Alright, so we should be getting exactly that. Yeah. Alright, and I'm gonna invert it. No. Let's try RGB sim. Alright, and now we have modulation channel 2 right here. Oops. Now we'll try controlling the opacity with modulation channel 2. Whoa. Well, that worked. Okay, let's go back here. And we can control, not that, this. Alright, this is the coolest thing I've seen it do with the camera pretty much ever. What am I doing here? Let's mess around with what we just did. So that was modulation channel 2. Let's try offset. Yeah, we control it a little more sanely. Let's go and... What do I even want to do with this? It's a little bit too rainbowy. So... I'm trying to even think, where's that rainbowiness even coming from? Man, there's so many cool things I can do with this. Alright, let's save this before I fuck this up. This is so fucking weird. Turn the light off. Alright, so this is no colorizing effect. Let's just try the various palettes. Whoa. Man, this is pretty cool. Alright, I want to do something else with it. I'm going to give it some kind of like motion in some way. It's not coming from the recursion. You know, I can animate some of these like, yeah, let me put those on really subtle, really slow animation curves. So we're going to go into here. So this parameter right here, C1.x, that's a lateral scale. I'm going to make this just move really slowly from like negative 0.5 to positive 0.5. And then I'll make this angle, there's an angle it's turned somewhere too, right? I think this is not exactly 1.0 yet, it's not quite. Alright, so C1.x, LFO. Oh crap. I think I can go right here and do LFO. Yeah. .05, is that what it was? Yeah. Alright, really slow. And then I'm going to make this angle move really slowly as well. Out of phase with each other, so that's gonna go 51 beats. Yeah, no, this rules. It's looking a little bit too circly. Maybe I got that angle slightly too high. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna zoom the entire thing out. No. I think keeping that at exactly 1 is part of the important bit. We've got some other controls here too. Nope. Actually, what else can we do in here? Yeah, that's great. It looks really good on large screens. All right, so I want to do something else. I don't even know what. I mean, this is already pretty cool. What do I want to do even? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of blending modes. Let's fuck around with that. Alpha blend, saturation blend. I mean, this is not terrible. This is also not terrible. Yeah, this rules. All right, so I'm gonna change the color palette of this one and call it a different patch. Actually, let's just save this as it is, and then all right, color palette. I kind of don't like how much circliness there is. It's still like too much. I'm gonna make that LFO even more constrained. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Like it's the angle is rotating back and forth. All right, color palette. Ooh, there's not enough contrast here. Let's like turn an effect on in conjunct with all this crap. I think we're using like modulation channel 2. Whoa. All right. Let's change the effect. I think the effect right now is invert. So let's just cycle through effects. Oh wait. Hey. This kind of looks interesting. All right, so now we're gonna no, you know what we're doing? We're gonna use the mixer effect. All right, and we're gonna try to get even more feedback going on in here somehow. All right, so mixer effect is being selectively turned on by that. All right, let's go into the mixer effect. And let's turn up the mix. Let's go in there and play around with the bias. No. I think I need to just turn the mix on as opposed to modulate it. Oops. It's too white now. Ah, it's because I turned that bias up. If I modulate the bias. No. Weird blending mode. I don't even know if it's like doing anything. All right, they should mix a cat in with it. It's like absolutely not. Oh, maybe I gotta turn the effect back on. Oh, I do. There we go. There's the cat. All right. Oh dear Lord. It's too white. I gotta solve that problem. All right, I'm not playing around with the mixer right now. Let's try adjust. And adjust the brightness down. Or contrast? Or increase the contrast? I don't even know. This is cool. The colors are not quite the colors I want, so let's go and change the color palette. Oh. Gnarly. All right, I like this. I need to give it some more variation in some fashion. Yeah, you can definitely just put images on a USB stick. It's pretty straightforward. You just toss them in there and then you go into this little place. And then you just hit import right there. All right, so yeah, I like this a lot. It just needs to be doing something else. So I'm gonna go, let's fuck around with these mod controls again. Whoa. It's not really what I wanted, but holy madness. All right, we'll come back to this in a minute. I just need to give it some like additional degree of like variance because there's a lot of really like solid regions. So I think, yeah, let's go and play around in the lighting and just add some modulation in there. Let's diffuse. No. Nope. No, none of the above. Oh, it kind of destroyed it. Actually, this might even look better. All right, I'm just gonna save this one for now. Or am I? Hey, that might have helped. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna save this. We're on 6. Alright, so now we're gonna change the color palette and then go back to what the hell. Actually, let's go to fade. Lost it entirely. It's kind of cool. All right, yeah, now we're gonna go. Oh, hey now. All right, color palette. Okay, and now we're gonna go play around with this control, which is cool. It just destroys all that feedback. Oh, weird. Yeah, nope. Let's try mod ZR. All right. Yes, feedback is great. Yeah, well, so, I mean, oh, there we go. It's doing something. All these patches I make are going to come, I think, probably in the next release. They'll just be uploaded to your synth. So it'll be on board. All right, this is cool, but again, the feedback kind of went away. Sort of. See if I can go in here and, like, get it back. No, it's in here. What if I change like the blending mode back to sanity? Yeah, it's there. It's in the background though. Oh wait, it's like weird and mirrored. Let's play around with the color palette now. Ooh, that looks nice. You know what? I need to mirror these cameras. I think that's something I can do, right? It's gonna be pointed out in this way. I think that's in here. Wait a second. Yeah, so no, I'm using this camera right here. Button mirror. Huh? There we go, that helps. Then I think I need to mirror the modulation as well. There. I could probably need to do this on all my patches. All the ones I just made. Warning, what the hell did I get a warning about? Oh well. Huh, weird. Oh, it's probably because I'm using somebody's music. It's demonetized, not that I actually care. All right, so this is really awesome. Let's save this one too. So let me think for a second. What else can we do? I might make like one more. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I am gonna use the mixer to get some feedback now, I think. Where am I? Maybe I should use something else. Actually, you know what? Let's go into here. Let's try some of these, like, symmetry things. Whoa, man. I mean, it's cool. Okay, let's play around with color. Actually, you know what? I like this adjustment I did. Huh. Whoa. This is gnarly. Let's do basic hue. Wait, are there no parameters here? Huh, alright. Well, I guess we're doing this then. Yeah, let's make one that's like black and white. Okay, I'll just keep this as it is and save that. That's awesome. Let's change the blend mode from alpha blend to something else. Oh, you know what? That could actually be interesting. I like it, but it's got too much like really like pixelated or noisy kind of stuff in there. Or I can get rid of that. You know what? Let's now go into the fade and try not to kill it. There we go. Except now I need to put my little LFO back on. Whoa. Alright, what are we doing now? Let's go into the lighting model. Actually, let's go into here. Let's see if we can do anything interesting here. Oh shit, there's an alpha function, isn't there? Yeah, whatever. We add a stripe. Don't need audio. Huh. Don't say. Alright, I kind of like what's happening there. I'll take it. What about WT inverse half? Oh. No, I need to go back to that. Step wave. Alright, let's go back into here. Play around with this. Kind of don't like these colors anymore. Like all that feedback is gone, but whatever. Sort of. Let me change that stripe to something else. Let's just go in here and do something. We can actually modify the stripe. Yeah, so slow this down. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Oops, stripe. And stripe RGB. Let's actually try this. Negative wave. Alright, this is interesting. Red, magenta. Ooh. I don't like how the feedback goes away sometimes, or sometimes it looks like way too normal. I don't really know what is causing that. Actually, I don't even know what's causing like 90% of this. What am I talking about? Alright. try changing. Let's try changing from value to luminance. Let's add a constant amount. What is the constant? Is it 0 or is it 1? It's 1. That's what I thought. I feel like it has gotten worse. Don't know why. Oh, I changed this from value to that. That might have been it. I don't know. It looks like it's gotten like less crazy. Probably should have saved this one while I had a chance. Oh, modulation mix? No. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. There we go. It was the modulation mix. All right. So let's go into channel 2 and add a constant amount to it. See what happens. Modulation mix is 1. Okay. That solves that problem. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Can I like turn it upside down? I wonder if that's possible. I think I can, right? I can turn it, oh my God. I can turn it part of the way upside down. I don't think I can turn the other one upside down. Yeah, I don't think I have a rotation command for that guy. Maybe, wait, you know what? Let me think about this for a second. Let's just go screw with the colors more. I don't like that one being upside down. I'm going to turn it back to normal. If I could turn the entire thing upside down, I would, but I don't think that's an option. Let's like invert this pattern. See what happens. Whoa! That was a good decision. Change that stripe to something else. Stripe 6, stripe 7. That needs to be animated, but I can do that. let's, yeah, there's this three-way symmetry on right now. Let's turn that to 4 or back off. Probably back off. Yeah, let's turn it off. All right. I think this is gonna be the last one. We're gonna do a QA in a couple minutes. So once I finish this one, if you guys have any questions about anything, we can definitely dive into that stuff. I'm gonna animate that. It's a bit too much. And a bit too fast. All right, what else? I think it's good enough. Wait. All right, I think that's it for today. Oops. Anybody have any questions? I can wait like a minute or two. Any like ideas for live streams? I'm almost certainly just gonna keep generally making patches and like exploring like random corners of the synth and stuff like that. But if anybody has any like other ideas, I'm more than happy to, yeah, think about it and try to integrate other stuff. Let's go through what we created. Cool, appreciate it. So we got this guy. Wait, what? Okay. Something's wrong with the library. It's like not sorting things in the right order. I'm gonna have to look this up. So we got this guy to start with. Yeah, so the next update will be released probably in about 2 weeks. I think that sounds about right. Although I might get a hot fix out sooner for this library fix. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to get something out this week. I don't know. You can definitely order the item in Europe. We will ship there. Although with VAT, it comes out to like 1,400 euro total or somewhere around there. We do have a distributor, but we're still in the process of getting that arranged. We haven't actually shipped out any of the units yet. So in about a month or so, you'll be able to order it from, I think, Schneider's Leiden and a couple other stores. So the first couple look good if there's light. Yeah. No, any user content's always persisted, unless there's like some major glitch, like anything you ever save or upload to the synth will be stored. I mean, you can factory reset the synth, but even when it does that, it tries to back up your data so that you can like recover it later. Yeah, these are some really cool patches. Like this is stuff I haven't even seen the synth do, so like there's still corners of this that like, yeah, are being actively explored on these streams. Cool. All right. Well, yeah, thanks everybody for coming by. I'll see you guys next weekend.